Hey guys, welcome back to the Confirmed RM YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Getting ourselves back into another 2-minute technicals video looking at XRP. We'll try to keep it under 2 minutes. But all right, guys, here we go. So we got right back in that box region, actually hitting exactly at that 57 cents and 1/10. I mean, I think actually exactly. Yes, it was. That was our previous high that we were kind of using as a basis line here as a retracement. But interestingly enough, we were talking about yesterday how we got the push down and we didn't quite tap the 100-day moving average, and we kind of pushed ourselves back up. But as I said, on our previous chart here, a full pushback was going to be around 58, and then on the secondary chart here it was around 56, and we got both of those. So it looks like short term the hurt may have been seen, and it looks like we might meander sideways here for a little bit, but we got back into the region we wanted to see ourselves in. Finally filled the gap. Yesterday we were getting ourselves a little bit on the bullish side, saying all right, we've seen a completion of a move, the sharp knockback, and then now we're going to kind of go sideways, which it makes sense. Now you hold yourself down around this region, double tap it, and you're kind of meander sideways. But let's see how it looks like on the 4-hour. As you can see, fall. All right, so now let's get rid of all these lines. Let's kind of try to get ourselves antiquated for the move ahead. So what we can do from this, so we'll actually get rid of these because we don't need these anymore. We're going to use the high that was made over here. Actually, we can use the one that was right here, this one to double tap, because that would make total sense. Use it like this. You can see the continuously, the fly up, trying to get through the 786, holding the 0.5, falling to the 0 region here, around 57.1. So what we're going to want to see is XRP get itself back above 59 and get itself, really realistically, a 65 cent would be a nice reversal. But let's zoom out a little bit further. Go here on the weekly, see what we see going on here. Weekly is all the way down here to 55. Okay, so there might be a little bit of a gap there. But so far, where's that 55, 52? So far, we're holding a 100-day moving average. So we're going to have to see if this whole moving average can actually really hold XRP for the short term, because that's what we were kind of expecting, what we kind of wanted. We were talking about over the past couple weeks of that moving average coming up and becoming a support, and as well here on the weekly you can see it's pulled itself up and it's here around 55, 54. But in all goodness to think, if you zoom out here on the weekly, 54 has been one hell of a problem for XRP. So now, even if we come back, we lose that short support of 57. 54 would be the golden child to hold, because then we have our basis, we have our 50, as you can see. 54 has always been a pain in the butt. We get knocked back. You can even see over here in history, 54, around those 50s. And then now, if we're actually able to get ourselves a nice little retouch, as you can see here, flew back and then couldn't get through it. Basically came back down after hitting up there around that $2 mark, came back for support here on that same place around that 54 to 57 region, then flew back up. So that's my continuity. Even over here back in January 22, like a year and 8 months ago, coming back around this region of that 54. So that's where my bets are going to be. That's where if worst case scenario is to play out and we get to push back, I'm looking around that 54, technically 55, because of the weekly average. Could push through it a little bit. As you guys know, things like to wick, but holding that, getting that weekly close above that. So that may happen the next 2-3 weeks. We're in a weekly. Yes, we are. See right here. We could get that movement bound by the end of August into September, and then start to get our push outwards. And then that would make a lot more sense in my mind. So I'm just looking at that for the weekly, giving you guys some of that bullish sentiment. But at the moment, it looks a little bearish, as you guys know. But you can see how that works. This 54 has been a pain in the butt. You obviously had the wicks. So you could have that gap to fill. If we lose 58, 54 is on the table. Simple as that. A wick, possibly a wick to 52. possibly. But I think for short-term bullishness, you're going to want to see holding on to that 58. But that is a possibility for the wick down, hit that 54. But the 54 is what we're looking for. That's my buy region myself. If I were to accumulate any more, is between that 52 and 54. If we start to lose any of that, it's just going to be a long drawn out process for the next year if we wind up actually retracing down into here. But we're getting these impulsive waves up, so I want to see this come back down, even tap here, and then start to maneuver its way back up for the rest of the year, because that would make the most sense. Because you have these sort of triangles here that could be forming out. You know, it could do one sideways here, it falling, coming sideways, going sideways until the latter half of September and October. You know, make itself a nice like little chart here, make the full measure, the full move out, and then you can see, actually I got to move this back, that it would bring itself up to around 85 to 90 cents again, and then get the blowout. It's just, it makes sense to me. If things were to play out in that direction, that's what would transpire. But just giving you guys something to expect, something to kind of, ponder on. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Just going from there. Obviously, everyone's starting to flip bearish and freak out because the market turned around a little red. But, everything kind of was euphoric there for a little while. Tail end of July after Ripple's case, kind of dropping the bomb. So, hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, if you are. Remember, none of it's financial advice. Just my personal opinion, just my thoughts on what's going on. And I'll see you guys on the next one.